Hiya kids! I was meant to drink this tea throughout the entirety of the video, but it was so tasty that I've already finished it. Anyway, welcome to the films I've seen this month video. I've wanted to make this all month, and now that it is the 30th of April 2017, I can. This is the first laid back video I've made in quite a while, and I really just want to pump out more videos this year than I have last year, and I don't want any more 2-month stints without making YouTube videos. So even though this isn't highly edited, I like to think that it's helping me get better at YouTube and all that shizzle dizzle. So the first movie I watched this month was Funny Games. Funny Games is basically about two psychotic young men who hold a family captive and basically toy with them. And this film was amazing. Mikio Haneke knows how to direct actors. This is the best performance I've seen from Naomi Watts, Tim Roth. Two other actors were really good, and the little kid was amazing. He blew me away. This film really proves how good Mikio Haneke is at directing. It's the perfect blend of style and story. Mikio Haneke uses style to communicate his thoughts on violence in film and violence in real life really well. And it's such a dense film that I don't really understand the extent of the message. I'm not even sure if I agree with it, but it was still such an extremely inventive and unique film that definitely uses style to the best of its ability to communicate its message, that even though I don't understand the message completely, I can still find a lot of appreciation for it. Next movie I saw was The Bye-Bye Man. There was some effort put into this movie. There was a sense of atmosphere, and I felt like the characters were at least developed enough. But as the story revealed itself, it just completely fell apart. The dialogue just got progressively worse. The editing got so bad that it made the movie hilarious. By the end, I was just laughing hysterically, and I do kind of feel bad for the people who made this film because I felt like they did try, but they just didn't succeed.
I'll say it, don't think it. I'll say it, don't think it. Bullshit!
The next movie on this list is Dear Zachary, a letter to a son about his father. Now, I haven't seen a lot of documentaries, but this one is definitely the best I've ever seen. In fact, it's in my top 10 films of all time. And this is not just because of the actual filmmaking on display, it's the fact that the filmmaker was directly linked to the events and made this movie while those events were occurring. It really feels like he's sharing something with you. And while I guess every artist in every movie is sharing something with you, this guy is literally sharing one of the most heart-wrenching aspects of his life and showing it to an audience. I definitely don't want to spoil anything because the reveal of the information is very interesting and I don't really want to ruin that for you, but you will be in tears. I don't think anyone can watch this film without having at least a strong reaction to it. It's able to share something personal and intimate and something that actually happened, something real. So I'd highly recommend it. Now, the next movie on this list is Beauty and the Beast. This movie is definitely a good, fun time, but I was kind of confused at why it was 2 hours and 19 minutes. I mean, it was kind of interesting watching a kids movie play out as like a fantasy romantic epic, but it didn't really need to be. There were a lot of unnecessary scenes, and I could see the kids in the theatre get pretty bored at times. I also felt like Gaston, the villain of the film, wasn't vilified enough to make his death very triumphant. He was too likable to be the bad guy. I mean, I know he was a prick, but I liked him as a character and I didn't like it when he died. But I guess that's just, you know, personal taste. But if I'm gonna be completely honest, I did have a smile on my face throughout most of the movie. It was fun. There was definitely a lot of love for the original in there, and I did like all of the performances and the special effects. It just was way too long. Now guys, the next movie on this list is the most objective masterpiece I've seen in my whole entire life. It is a 10 out of 10. It is my #1 favorite movie of all time. It's Fate of the Furious. I freaking love this movie. It's an amazing masterpiece. It's able to be a masterfully crafted action movie while also having deep, resonant films about also being able to have deep and resonant themes about family. It was just overall fantastic. I loved it so much. The acting was amazing. It was so good. Now the next movie on this list is A Silent Voice. Now, I did enjoy this film a lot. Act 1 and 2 were definitely very interesting and fun to watch. The animation was good. It was emotional, had a lot of good humour that I enjoyed. The first and second act were very enjoyable to watch. The third act just really milked it, and it went on for about 20 minutes too long, really trying to make the audience feel as emotional as possible, but it could have been half an hour shorter and still just as effective. So yeah, this film definitely suffered from pacing issues, and I reckon that if it was cut a little bit, it would have been a much better film, but I would still recommend it. The next movie on this list is Paterson. I don't think I've really seen a film like Paterson before. It's able to be really dense and thematic and say a lot of things without screaming at us as audience members to notice all the things it's saying. It's a really quiet and pleasant movie to just watch, and it just lets you observe it. And I just haven't seen a movie like this before. It really left a massive impression on me without being this insanely mind-boggling movie. I don't know why, but it left me stunned. But yeah, it definitely needs a lot more analysis before I can say much else about it, but it was definitely an incredible film to just watch. It's so good! And anyway, that's the end of my list. I'll definitely get better at this talking to the camera videos. Even though I've been on YouTube for a year, most of my videos are scripted, and the ones that aren't are quite trash, so I'm gonna try and get better at making just normal me talking to you guys videos, and hope you enjoy this, and I will see you very soon. Bye.
Yesterday I got a call like from my dog like 101. Said they killed his only son because of insufficient funds. He was sobbing, he was mobbing, way belligerent and drunk, talking out his head, philosophing on what the Lord had done. He said